Good morning, class. Today I'm going to go over Mission 2 for our technology portfolio. If you remember last week, we created our technology portfolio and worked on Mission 1. Okay, if you're not done with Mission 1, then you can continue Mission 1. But if you do finish Mission 1, you may go on to Mission 2. Okay, so here I am in Google Classroom. I'm going to open the assignment. Here is the example assignment, example portfolio. So I'm going to go ahead and open that in another tab here so I can look at what Mission 2 is all about, so I can see an example. Okay, so part 1 of Mission 2 is to create these images in order shown below. So these are the images. I'm going to create them in this order. Okay, so back to Google Classroom. Here is the technology portfolio that we started last week, and we're just going to open that again. And once it loads, we see that we have the title slide, and then Mission 1 was our text tools. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I need to add another slide up here in the Add Slide. If you know what layout, you can choose the drop-down menu, and we're going to stick with the title only format. And so now I have slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. Okay. I am going to title this like the example, Mission 2, Shapes, Images, and Layers. Okay. So you can put that in the title. I'm not going to spend time doing that with the video, but I can flip back here and see the shapes I need to create. And I'm going to go into my Add Shape menu. The first one is a call out, and is right here, and drag it out. Then the next shape is a smiley face, drag it out. And take another look here, we need a star shape. Okay, the star is also in the callouts, so we got a star, and then we need a box. I picked the one with the curved, the rounded rectangle box. And then the last one we're looking for is the lightning bolt. Okay. Alright, and if you need to move the images over again, if you click and drag, you can select a bunch of them at the same time. I can click the left arrow, scoot them over, and scoot this one down if I need to. Okay, and if they're not perfectly aligned, that's fine. Okay, so that is part 1. Alright, now if I look, Mission 2 has 2 slides. So this is Mission 2 slide 1, or Mission 2A, and then there's another slide, Mission 2B. Alright, so what I'm going to do, the best way to do this is I have Mission 2, I'm on my Mission 2, I created these shapes. Over here in our sidebar, if I right click on this slide, oops, I am in the wrong slideshow. So here's mine, and first what I should do is I'm going to change these so they have the color. So I'm going to click on my smiley face, I'm going to fill it with the yellow. If you want to increase the line weight a little bit, like that. The star, fill this shape, let's fill it with the black. And then the lightning bolt is also yellow. I think the smiley face is actually a different, I think I used a lighter shade of yellow. Okay, so once you have the shapes complete, what you're going to do is if I right click on the slide over here in the sidebar, I can choose duplicate slide. Okay, then it makes another copy. So here's slide 3, here's slide 4. Okay, now if I'm on slide 4, I'm going to edit the title to say Mission 2B, and then I'm going to recreate, here's the example here, I'm going to use those shapes and recreate an image. Alright, and we're going to pay attention to the layering. Okay, so the star is on top of the lightning bolt is behind the smiley man. Okay, and we have our caption bubble is on top. Okay, So back to my slideshow. Alright, I can grab our background here, and when I drag it out, I might notice that it is on top of these things. Alright, you can right click, order, send to back. Okay, so now that's the bottom layer of your slide, okay, on the stack. And then we can drag it and increase the size. Alright, we can always flip back and take a look. Alright, the star is up here, then the lightning bolt, and we can see the lightning bolt is supposed to be behind the star, so we need to send backwards. A shortcut for that is hold the control button down on your keyboard and then push the down arrow one time. Okay, if you push the down arrow twice or several times, it's going to go all the way to the back. Alright, so we can hit the up arrow and bring it to where we want it. See, just above, put it one down. Now it's under the star. Drag. I'm going to make my smiley face a little bit smaller so it fits better. And then the bubble is on top. Okay, now with the bubble, if we look, we can rotate the bubble, like I've shown you in the past, okay, to be sideways. But what happens when you go to type, then the words are going to be vertical. Alright, so instead of doing that, we're going to put that bubble back. And then with some objects, you have a tool that you can kind of change how the object looks. So I'm going to grab this little yellow diamond at the bottom and drag it over here to the side. Okay, and you can see how that looks now. And this way the words will still be horizontal. And now all we need to do is control up arrow to put that in front of the smiley face. And then we can double click in the box. Type your text. And then the last thing, if you have time, I drew the smiley face man a little body. And to do that, what I did is a line, but then I picked the scribble. Okay. And actually what I did a normal line for his body. Okay, and again you can increase the line weight, make it a little bit thicker. And then I switched to scribble and drew an arm. And let me show you what's really cool about this. Is once I draw an arm, if I want the same style and shape to his arm on the other side of the body, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the arm, and then if I can use the edit menu or any of the shortcuts, I'm going to copy the arm. Well, it's going to tell me to use the shortcuts here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do hold control, type C, and then hold control again and type V, and that will paste the arm here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to, in the arrange menu, under rotate, we're going to flip that horizontally. Okay, and so that's going to flip it around the other way, and then I can use the arrow keys on my keyboard to position it if I like. Okay, now I have the same arm, and we can kind of repeat that process. Draw him a leg. Okay, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and then arrange, rotate, flip horizontally, and then arrow keys to position. Okay, and see his legs are kind of skinny, so I'm going to select this leg. I'm going to hold control down. I'm going to select this leg. It's not working. Here we go. Okay, hold control down, and now I have both legs selected. And then that way I can increase, or I can change anything about them at the same time. So then I made them both a little bit thicker there. Okay, so be sure to pause this video at any time or rewind it. We have 2 slides, so here's my example again. Mission 2, Part 1, create these images in order, and then you're going to right click on this slide and duplicate slide. Okay, good luck.